Chicago bestaat uit Amerikaanse comedianten die alweer 5 jaar avond aan avond uitverkochte voorstellingen geven in hun eigen theater. Vorige week verhuisden ze van de Lijnbaansgracht naar het Leidseplein-theater. Simone Angel zocht ze op.
Okay, here we are in the center of Amsterdam. And right behind me you can see a very special theatre. That theatre is the home of Boom Chicago. A bunch of people that all come from Chicago and have set up home here in Amsterdam, and 7 nights a week they are performing their own brand of theatre here. I mean, it's half scripted, half improvised. The whole audience is taking part, and it's kind of taking the piss out of life in Amsterdam. You know, the kind of funny things that Dutch people get up to, but also the funny things that Americans get up to. I mean, but what can I say? Let's just go and have a look. Inside the Leidseplein Theater with Andrew.
Yes.
One of the, well, actually the man that started Boom Chicago.
Well,
exactly?
Yeah, it's true. It's nice when a crazy idea works. We were here as tourists sitting outside on a terrace about 5 years ago, and we hatched the idea to start this comedy show, and everyone thought it was crazy and wouldn't work, but
But here we are.
Yeah, we moved over a week ago, and it's not quite ready yet, but it's going to be beautiful. It's the Leidseplein Theater started in the 30s, 40s, and 50s as a great place for light theater, comedy, cabaret, as the Dutch say, and then it was a movie theater and a disco, and now we are bringing live theater back to the Leidseplein Theater.
Which is a good thing, because the disco is really bad. Very sad. So anyway, can you give us a little guided tour?
Follow me.
This is all very cozy, isn't it? It's all sitting right on top of each other. And great food, look at that. I see that we get big American portions here.
Big, no broodje kaas, nothing small, nothing Dutch. That's the philosophy.
The salads are that big.
You seat about 220 people in here. Sit around tables, you can eat, you can drink, you can have a cigarette, you can be with your friends. We wanted to sort of combine a good theater show with the fun that I think is missing from some shows. So fun and theater. One other thing, we love Dutch service. We love Holland, we're happy to be here. Don't get me wrong, but the Dutch service leaves a little bit to be desired, and we are very proud here to offer American service. Not the hello, my name is Darren, I'll be your waiter stereotype American service, but service that is attentive, service that sees when you have an empty glass and fills it.
Nice? Good? Good.
Very hectic in the kitchen, a quick pass, we're not going to stop about the cinematic.
Hi guys, just having a little sneaky look here.
Follow me, wash your feet.
Right.
Squint your eyes and imagine a beautiful balcony here with 3 tiers of seats, a coat check, and plenty of happy people swirling around with waiters and waiters. Okay, I can't quite see it yet either, but come March, there's going to be that situation right here.
Right. Now, is this going to be the kind of place where the Queen would sit if she'd come here? I mean, is this going to be the VIP area, darling?
Expecting the Queen anytime soon, but I do know what you mean. It's torn, because if you sit up here on the rail, it's a great seat, you're into it, but you can't come on stage, you can't give suggestions as much. My hunch is this will turn out to be the romantic, cozy, gezellig place for couples and small groups, and if you come with a group and you want to be really in the middle of things, you're going to sit downstairs.
Right, okay. I'll stay downstairs then.
Jump! Come on, jump! We hate you! I've got a net! And this is a whole new race, but wait a minute! Bill Gates is back too, and he's back writing a huge check, and he's giving a check to Apple Computers! $150 million buys a lot more memory, and this is a brand new race. All the way to the finish line, it's IBM versus Apple in the home stretch. It's IBM, it's Apple, and at the finish line, it's Bill Gates.
I run the software. I rule the world.
This is the dressing room of Boom Chicago, and the funny fact is that you actually have to go outside, go into another building, walk up 2 flights of stairs to get to the dressing room.
Freeze our asses off.
So what do you do when you leave something? It's hold the show, just hold the show, I gotta go back. I mean, it's not good, is it, really?
It's not what it's going to be like eventually, so we're just living with it for the time being.
Okay, you're gonna knock through some walls and...
Yeah, you see what a good employee I am? I'll tell you like it is. We're all for it.
Whose initial idea was this? You! Come over here, come on! You did a guided tour earlier on. So
Make room for the boss.
So, boss.
Oh, is it time for the neck rub?
So,
Yes, Sweat Myers, right? Yes. Thank you.
they love you, don't they? It's all so genuine. So,
Yeah, Americans are not subtle at all. What you see is what you get. Don't you know? Don't you listen to your the fellow British people?
yeah, can we rewind that one?
I didn't come off of a show. I was in my pod too late today.
So, but how did you get this whole bunch of people together? I mean, how did this all happen? Come on, tell me.
Yeah, so some we know, and most we met through an audition. We do an audition every winter in Chicago, and then people come.
So, you did an audition in Chicago, and then you dragged them over to Holland, and then they have to go and live here.
Yeah.
And you were all quite happy with that, and you moved here and you went, oh yeah, this is a great place. Or did anyone come here and go, this is not how I thought it would be? Has anyone ever turned around and flown straight back to Chicago?
No one's turned straight around, but there's growing pains. I bet people have stories.
It's just nice to show up in a town where, it's sunny every day, and, it's warm. And it's just like in
Where
here.
did you go? I know. Which town are you talking about? What's going on here?
Oh, right, that's right. That's where I came from.
Wow. I sure do love Amsterdam. It's a great city. I think I might even move here one day. If I could only find that spooey straw. Please!
Give me your money.
Please, don't hurt me. I have no money. Okay. Hey! That's my bike.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Sorry.
Wait a second. You don't own any of these bikes here, do you?
No, so?
So? So, officer!
So what seems to be the problem here? Hey!
This lady keeps yelling at me.
That is not a very nice thing to be doing.
She stole my bike!
Oh, yeah? Where is this stolen bike? This bike does not look very stolen to me.
Well, she robbed me at night point.
Okay, how much did she get?
What?
How much did she get? 10, 50, 100 guilders?
Well, she didn't actually get any money.
Okay, this doesn't sound like much of a robbery either. Listen, I don't know what you have against Marcella here, but I think you owe her an apology.
What?
Well, obviously she's done you no harm.
What about my lock? She snipped my bike lock. It is destroyed.
Marcella, did you do this?
Yeah.
Okay. Apologize to the rude American tourist.
Sorry.
Like you mean it.
Sorry, whore.
Oh. I think that about squares things, so I'm gonna go.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. What am I supposed to do about the bike lock?
Oh, the bike lock. You know, we have some locks at the station. If you want to come down with me, I'll sell you one for 10, 20 guilders.
That's just fine. I'll pay you right now.
Hey, wait a minute. She told me she had no money.
I lied.
Oh, Jesus Christus! How much money do you have?
About 200-300 guilders.
Okay, I think this belongs to you. All right, that about squares us up.
How can that possibly square us up?
Listen, if you hadn't lied to Marcella in the first place, she wouldn't have tried to steal your bike.
Yes, but the money would still be stolen.
Well, now it's not stolen. Now it's a punishment for being so ungezellig.
Oh.
Now listen, if you've got a problem, maybe I'll just take you in too.
I don't believe this. This is impossible.
Listen, trash goes out on Mondays and not a day earlier. Are you coming with me? See you later.
What's the funniest thing that's ever been shouted out from the audience that you guys just cracked up? I don't believe that came out.
Crash. Oh, yeah, car crash.
What was this about?
When people yell out things like, when people yell out things that are a bit pornographic, you try not to take them. And so for a while, we were getting quite a lot of these. And so I was getting more and more tense every time I got a suggestion, worrying that I would get something like penis. And so a guy yelled out, car crash! And I thought he said, cock rash. So I said, how can you yell out cock rash? I said car crash. Sorry.
Manfred, have you ever thought to yourself that maybe, hey, look at me, Manfred. You are the only real person in the world, and the rest of us are just here to You have? Well, it's good to hear, my friend, because for you, it's true. It's true.
You're the only guy who's alive in the world.
That's right.
You're the only guy who's alive in the world.
What do you think of the show?
It's great. It's really great. It's the first time I've been here, and it's unbelievable. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a good, I mean, don't you think it's a really good way of going out? You know, when normally you have to like go to a restaurant, then go to a bar, then maybe go and see a show. Here you just got everything in one go.
Total package. It's good.
So do you think that, you know what they do on stage, all this improvising, do you think you'd ever go and try that out at a party at your house when everyone's really drunk, go, listen, I'll say like some kind of film style and then you got to do that. You think you're ever going to try it out at home?
Yeah, maybe never. Maybe we all go home to somebody's place tonight and we try it out. We just repeat it all again.
Do you know that they're also doing improvisation classes?
Yeah, we really
Are you guys going to go?
Yes, maybe with my business.
You do the lessons?
Yes.
Okay, well, teach me. I'm all yours.
Doctor, I'm really sick. That's all. That's it. Now you're the doctor because I've called you the doctor.
Yes.
Normally we'd have a lot of sort of touchy-feely games that we'd play first before we stuck you on stage where we'd say a word and you'd say a word, like sort of a kind of silly, I don't know where this stuff is going stuff before we'd stick you up on stage.
Maybe it would help if you introduced a video for us to give us how that feeling, to teach us that instead.
Are you taking the piss or what? What's this whole boat thing about? I mean, this is the St. Nicholas boat. It's part of the St. Nicholas Boat Club. I mean, what is that?
Well, the St. Nicholas Boat Clubs are good friends of Boom Chicago. They run these two small Toundersflitten, which are historic Dutch boats that used to take flowers to market and stuff like that. And we wanted to have access to boats that were much cooler than those lame floating tour buses where everyone on there looks so bored and the guides are like, on your right, the skinniest house in Holland. And then say it in 4 goddamn languages. So this boat is the anti-tour boat.
So is that what you guys do? You take tourists around Amsterdam, give them ouzo, you know, for...
The ouzo's just for management. The ouzo's not for the customers, please.
Okay, so you've got the boats, go through the canal, show people around, and there's also the internet side, right?
Yeah.
That tells tourists about Boom Chicago and about Amsterdam. Yeah?
Yeah.
So who's responsible for that? Who's the geek on the computer?
Well, we need. And she's looking at me.
Like a geek?
I do some of the writing about the site, but I don't have the technical knowledge. No, we see Boom Chicago as a bit of an information source for folks as well. The best vacations you have, or the best cities to visit, are the places where you know people and who tell you where to go. And the tourism sort of industry here and the mechanisms are always pushing these sort of official views of tulips and windmills and clogs and stuff that no one really wants to see and isn't really interesting. Whenever I ask a Dutch person, when was the last time you went to the cheese market at Alkmaar? They always go, oh, well, never. Never, right? You've never been there, have you?
No.
No. So why not? Because it's boring. Now, if it's boring for us, why would we send tourists there?
Yeah.
So we want to, we make the Boom magazine and the website, which are our recommendations. It's not inclusive, it's not unbiased, it's absolutely biased. These are places we like, stories we like, and places we can recommend, and it's not 100 restaurants, because if you have 100 restaurants to choose from, it doesn't help. It's 5 restaurants. So you want to go to a Thai place? Well, here's a great Thai place.
In the magazine there's also the shit list, right, of bad restaurants, and if you happen to go to a bad restaurant in Amsterdam, you can let these guys know and it'll be added to the shit list, yeah?
Yeah, well, we got to research it. We won't just put it straight on your recommendation.
Right.
But there's so many places, especially those that cater to tourists, that just take people for granted. They, won't let you share meals, won't give you water, and just give you shitty service. And most people don't, what can you do? You leave, and what are you going to do? But, well, we have a magazine, and the biggest magazine in Amsterdam, and if you treat people shitty, we're going to write about it. Hopefully it has some effect.
So what's happened? Have you guys ever been, like...
Sued?
Sued, attacked?
We were sued. At one time, 2 restaurants on the shit list had both started sort of a legal process against us. And we went back and re-reviewed them, or we went there, and one place was just as shitty as it was the first time, and one place had changed. And we said, we took one off, and one we said we stand behind. And I thought, like, don't spend the money to sue us. Just offer free water and treat people better. We've got no agenda. It's just like, no, we want to treat people shitty, and damn you for writing it. Well, and they're still on the shit list.
Do you ever we had someone handing out the paper in front of the torture. There used to be a torture museum, and
Yeah, yeah.
it's open again.
Yeah, it's open again.
Well, I can't wait to read your new review. We used to diss the torture museum because it was crappy, and we're trying to hand out our papers in front of the torture museum, and the guy was like, "Excuse me, I cannot stop you from writing this, but I can kick you out of my property." The man has a point.
So what about the fact that the people, you know, the Dutch people, are not even being criticised by other Dutch people, but you guys are actually foreigners. You are actually, do you know what I mean? Do you actually get more slack for the fact that you weren't born here and they go, who are you to tell me how to run my restaurant?
Certainly the people that are most critical of Americans are people that are not Americans, because, you know, we're Americans and we don't know how phony our have a nice day sounds, or, you know, how, like, hi, my name's Marlene, can I help you in the restaurant? How stupid that is. But by the same token, I don't think Dutch realize how crappy Dutch service is.
Right.
And, like, it takes someone that's used to getting, hi, Marlene, to just demand some water.
Yeah.
It's funny to eat with Andrew, because I've been with him where he hasn't gotten his water and he instantly switches into this gear of, like, finding out from a waitress who clearly hasn't made that decision to not offer us water. Like, now you can't give me water, but you agree that that's wrong, right? Like, you as a person would like to give me water and you just can't, right? She did. She was like, yes, and he goes, and that was like, but that was basically like, if she'd have said no, Andrew would have left. But unfortunately, she was like, yes, as a person, I wish you could have your water for free.
It's all silly. You know, another thing, I mean, there's a few things that when I tell people from other countries about it, they go, you guys do what? I mean, one of the things is that you have to pay to go to the toilet in Holland. I mean, to most people, that's extremely strange, alien concept. And once you leave a nightclub, you have to give money to the guys at the door, which are normally the worst people
You're
on, you know, on the face of the earth. And you actually have to give them money when you leave for what? What did it do for you? But it's
They kept the place gezellig.
Oh, very gezellig. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Isn't it true though that that's like more to that they'll let you back in the next time? I mean, I didn't hear that until the last time I was at a nightclub.
No, that's the whole thing. If you don't tip them on the way out, especially as a man, you will never be let in again. Do you tip them big time? Then next time, you and your friends will get in for free.
That's called extortion. But we agree.
We accept over charitable to the memory of these door guys. I give them a knock, and I'm gonna get it next time.
So,
Because Holland, because we've got the wonderful poop shelves here in Holland. Explain that.
poop shelf.
Yes. The wonderful Dutch toilets that your countrymen have invented.
You know what we're talking about.
I think you know what we're talking about, Dutchie. The little toilet, the little shelf there that keeps your shit so nice for you before the water takes it away.
a bowl, but it's really a plate.
I don't really look at them much, really. I just make sure the toilet seat is all right. And
Right.
exactly.
Girls don't have to do that stuff.
No.
What stuff, shit?
Exactly. It's true. I've never been into one of your so-called toilets, nor have I ever seen one.
What other things have you guys noticed about Holland and Dutch people that just makes you laugh? That's like
Gezelligheid.
Okay.
Gezelligheid.
Okay, now explain, because we've been mentioning this word a few times throughout the whole show now, and I don't think people at home completely understand what gezelligheid is.
Now, I, as a foreigner, I might not understand it, so I will put up my...
Okay, try it.
Okay. Gezellig is, it's a coziness, it's a warmth, it's an intimacy, it's sort of a nice night with your friends. But gezellig is a place that allows good times to happen, so it's sort of an indirect way. You need candles, you need friends, you need warmth, and every country can appreciate gezelligheid, but in Holland, it's so important that you have to be gezellig every moment of the day. This boat is gezellig with your friends. We hope that Boom Chicago is gezellig with candles, but when you go into McDonald's, whoop, ongezellig.
Yeah.
But for the record, I think that gezellig is like the great big excuse for like, you're like, that's kind of fucking cold on the boat. Like, it's gezellig. You're like,
Right behind them at that little sign is where we rehearsed our first show, Get Off the Bike Path, in 1993. We didn't really have any place to rehearse. The budget was low, and it was raining a lot. It was a really rainy summer, and we did our initial rehearsal underneath this bridge right here. This is the new Metropolis. It's our new science museum here. It's an interesting philosophy because nothing is fastened down. All the pieces are loose, and you can play with it and do your science things and learn about markets and factories and all that stuff, but unfortunately a lot of the pieces have been removed by some less considerate visitors. Hey, let's play Floating Tour Bus.
Okay.
Behind the boat right now, you may notice the Magere Brug, the skinny bridge of Holland. It was a bridge that inspired many of the glorious age paintings, including Rembrandt and Van Gogh.
Right.
Now tell me in French. Now on your left, you may notice a wonderful American institution that we all love and eat at every day. Planet Hollywood.
We're proud of this in Amsterdam. The Planet Hollywood Amsterdam is the Planet Hollywood that sells the least beer of any Planet Hollywood in the world.
The Planet Hollywood in Amsterdam is the biggest, or the least popular and least busy Planet Hollywood in the world. And I think that's a tribute to Dutch people.
Fabo.
No, Fabo.
Why? What's wrong with the Fabo? I disagree. I love the Fabo.
No.
But I am Dutch.
Fabo. First, we have to explain what Fabo is. Fabo is an awful place. It is the most brightly lit, most ongezellig, is that fair to say?
Okay.
Very ongezellig place where you get food out of the wall. It's like little doors in the wall. You put in 2 guilders, you open the little thing, and you pull out the greasiest deep-fried croquette with some meaty mush inside. And maybe you're drunk, and maybe it's warm, and maybe it's quick, but that doesn't mean it's good.
That's why Andrew eats at McDonald's.
I have always...
McDonald's is not good either, but it's better than
No.
Fabo.
McDonald's is 10 times worse than Fabo.
No.
Fabo is so much better.
Fabo is head and shoulders above the bad.
No, the fried chicken is Fabo.
We're going to the red light district right now. This is what every tourist thinks about Amsterdam and what the VVV, Dutch Tourism Agency, hates. And we are now going to perpetuate every bad sex stereotype about this country.
Okay.
Follow us on a naughty, disgusting, sex-filled guided tour of the narrowest canals of Amsterdam.
That sounds good. That sounds really good. Let's go for it.
I'd come back after the advert.
This is the hash museum here, and it's nice that in Holland you can have a museum dedicated towards hash and hemp and this kind of thing. And when you go inside there, it's a bit small, but it's actually quite an interesting explanation of the hash situation. And my favorite bit of irony is there is a U.S. Constitution printed on hemp paper, if you get the irony.
Really?
Yeah. There's also books in there you can make beer with hash or with hemp or with THC or some derivative of marijuana, I'm not sure.
And then we've got the tattoo museum
The tattoo museum also. This is sort of like the get you in gradually into the red light district. And then, boom, live porno show. I might point out the second star there. You get porno films, but
real
also...
fucking live show.
And I don't know if that's real live fucking show or a real fucking live show.
It's a real fucking live show.
It's real fucking live. There's nothing taped about it. It's fucking live.
What was that?
Here is the famous, the legendary Theater Casa Rosso. Not only is there a little boy pissing here in fountain number 1, but the new addition this year, we're very proud of here in the red light district, fountain number 2, from Italy, the rotating ball penis fountain.
I have never seen that.
Yes, it's new this year, John. You should come to the red light district more.
And apparently Casa Rosso, as far as sex shows go, apparently it's supposed to be a good one.
I think
according
that's
to
important.
your magazine.
According to our magazine,
Classiest of its class.
it's the classiest
Really?
of its class. Yeah, if you're going to see a sex show, then I can recommend it.
Hey, there's another one. Theatre Casa Rosso. Why?
It's sort of a another location where you might be cajoled into the benefits of a Casa Rosso ticket purchase.
Here's my favorite thing in the red light district, which is kind of a tribute to the loose European acknowledgement of
Copyright standards.
copyright laws, which is the Old Sailor Bar. Who knows which Old Sailor that is? Could be Popeye, could be Maury the Sailor.
And we've got another museum. The Erotic Museum. Right there.
For my money, if I had 5 guilders to spend on an erotic museum, I would recommend the Sex Museum on the Damrock.
Right.
It's a bit nicer than the erotic museum in the red light district.
That is the only one I've been to, and yeah, it's really stupid.
This one, this is, yeah. The Sex Museum actually, as far as the Sex Museum goes, I thought it was kind of nice.
There's another Casa Rosso. Now, which one are you meant to choose?
These are all selling points for the Master Casa Rosso, and you can tell you're at the real Casa Rosso because the balls rotate at the fountain.
You know, the businessman in me says, you know, there's no trip to Amsterdam complete without a trip to Boom Chicago.